you're going to see at least 3 different styles of houses from the time of Jesus. This style is what would be familiar to a person, say, in Bethlehem or in Nazareth or in many villages that are on hillsides where there are caves, okay? So you see there's a natural cave, and in the front of the house, they built on an extension. I'd like you to see a wall coming up like this, coming over like this, a low ceiling like this. Remember that the average Israelite was 5'2". I want you to see a door here. And so if you came into my house, you'd be coming in, and this would be the front room of the house. I want you to take your diagram for a moment, and I want you to see the inset diagram of a 3-room cave-style home. Now, mine is nice and organized, but caves rarely are nice and organized like that. This one kind of goes back in a funny shape. What you have is a rear area all the way back there. Can you make out that there's like 2 separate areas below here? Not so much the pillars. The pillars are put there because the church is sitting on top of it and we don't want it to collapse. But imagine that there's a back cave area, front cave area, and a front room. The back cave area is a stable. When it's cold outside, you bring your sheep and goats through the house and you put them in the back of the house. The warmth of the animals helps to radiate heat throughout the home. Now, I know some of you are thinking, yeah, but your house will smell like sheep and goats. This is the pre-deodorant era. So do you. Okay? And that's why one of the things I could do if you came into my house at the time of Jesus is I could actually give you the opportunity of putting an oil with a sweet smell in your hair, like kind of Brill cream. And I could do that so that the room smelled nicer, or I could burn incense in the room. Now, for our purposes, the front room then is the area at the main room of the house. The back room is the stable. The center room is normally a storage room. You remember that in the story in Bethlehem, the story of the birth of Jesus, it says that Joseph and Mary went to the stable because there was no room in the inn. The word inn is kataluma. It's the word for the guest chamber of the family home or the center room. What they're telling you is not that he went to the Motel 6 and was turned away and went to the garage. Great Christmas story, not true. There's no innkeeper in the story. We wrote him in. He's not in the Bible. They're not going to an inn. They're going to a family home. The problem is you can't have a baby right here. This is where we all eat and sleep. It's not appropriate. The middle guest chamber was already taken in Joseph's family home, so they went to the back of the house. It's not, I know there's those wonderful Christmas stories. Go away, we have no room. It's nice, but what they're trying to say is he was in the back of the house. Why does he tell you that detail? Because it means the shepherds, when they went to find him, had to ask house to house because he was in the back of the house and it wasn't easy to find where he was. Okay? What I can tell you about the birth of Jesus is that it's not in a wooden barn, even those nice olive wood sets. It's not a wooden barn. Look around us. We don't have a lot of trees and we don't have a lot of milled lumber. Second, it's not in a place where you're having donkeys and cows because they don't have enough grazing to keep those kind of animals alive in the Bethlehem area. Third, there aren't sheep in the picture because the sheep are with the shepherds in the field at night. Fourth, it's not December because that's the time of year when the sheep wouldn't be out at night. It's a warm time of year. The warm time of year required that, by the way, from about October, November, December, January, February into March, your sheep would never be allowed to be in the field at night because your crops are growing. You will have fat sheep and no winter wheat. They will eat it. But during the summertime, you can take them out and actually bring them out into the fields at night because there's so little to eat, they'll just find something and continue out in the fields. And you can sleep them in little areas that you can sort of bring them in at night just out there in the field. So I know that